value does etiquette hold in our society, particularly Nigeria, the Nigerian society, looking at the way people behave in our country today. And I believe, like I said in one of the past episodes when we discussed positive thinking, I made a statement that if our personal attitude determines our personal altitude, it therefore means that our national attitude can also impact upon our national altitude, the height of the things that we can achieve as a nation. So it underscores the reason why we're doing this project. If we have more people who are grown, who are skilled in this art of proper behavior in different settings, in business, in social environment, in corporate environment, we can really make a lot of difference as a nation. So what value does it hold for us as a country, Nigeria?
Thank you for that very important question. It may interest you to know that as far back as the 1970s, the Carnegie Institute of Technology in America was very curious. They wanted to know, what is that singular quality? What is that singular ability? What is that singular attribute that contributes to a person's, an organization's, a nation's success, leadership, and differentiation? And so over a period of about 2 decades, they carried out a survey to find out what are those critical indicators. Sincerely, their findings is quite enlightening and revealing. They discovered that for a person to succeed in personal, professional, and public life, he or she requires 15% his technical skills or her technical skills in the core area of study will help him or her to succeed to the tune of 15% using technical skills. So the technical skills can only help you to go as far as 15% of success in personal, professional, and public life.
Wow.
Now, when we talk about percentages, usually, if 15 has been covered, then we have about 85. So we wanted to know what was responsible for 85% of a person's personal, professional, and public life success. And I tell you, what they found out is quite instructive, informative, and inspiring. They discovered that 85% of a person's personal, professional, and public success is hinged on what we call soft skills. And these are 4 critical things. The ability, a person's personality, which in other words is one's etiquette and modern business manners. Your good manners, how you comport yourself, how you deport yourself, your comportment and your deportment. In other words, if you were to use one word, your behavior. Then they also found out that the ability to communicate effectively, the ability to negotiate, and the ability to lead.
Wow.
So these 4 critical soft skills contribute to 85% of a person's personal, professional, and public life success.
Wow.
So we cannot overemphasize the fact that the game has changed from only going to school to acquire technical skills in a particular area, whether you're an engineer, a lawyer, a doctor, a pharmacist, a photographer, a cameraman, a production expert. 15% of your success, you will only succeed to 15% using those core skills you achieved in school. You need to now get out of regular educational mode to now acquire a new age skill that will help you to be profitable, productive, and progressive in social life, corporate life, business life. And Carnegie Institute tells us that it requires soft skills. Chief amongst them is your personality or your etiquette and modern business manners, the ability to communicate effectively, the ability to negotiate, and also the ability to lead. In addition to what Carnegie Institute found out as far back as the 1970s, it may also be interesting to know that recruitment consultants globally, behavioral scientists, and human resource experts have unanimously agreed over a period of time, having engaged with candidates for jobs, their clients, and they've studied human behavior. They've also come to agree that people bring to the workplace, people bring to the business space, people bring to their social life to excel beyond just technical skills. People need soft skills, chief amongst which is etiquette and modern business manners. And I have said in many fora, during trainings, coachings, seminars, that in our world today, in addition, beyond your professional and business skill, good manners and etiquette, proper etiquette, is at the core of how business is done today. You may find a situation where a scenario such as, yes, he's qualified, yes, he has degrees, but he's proud, but he's arrogant. Now, he has the quality, he has the qualification, but he lacks the character, he lacks the behavior, he lacks the comportment, he lacks the deportment. So you find people are competent, people are capable, but they lack character, they lack comportment. So because of comportment, they lose what ordinarily should come to them in business. They lose ordinarily what should come to them in life. It's not that they are not qualified, but the yardstick for qualification has gone beyond education qualification alone. It has gone beyond technical skills acquisition alone. It has moved to behavioral qualification. So in our world today, the behavior is very critical. And now let's bring it home. What are therefore these benefits? Number one, etiquette and modern business manners helps one to become a cultured person who leaves a trademark of excellence wherever he goes. Because he's guided by the rules and the guidelines of wanting to behave well, wanting to treat other people well, not allowing his educational qualification, his career achievement to get into his head. Treats everybody well, whether poor, rich, young, old. It was a legendary, a renowned elder stateswoman, the paternal grandmother of a mentor of mine, Lily Adelaide Johnson, God bless her soul, who said, and I quote, rich or poor, educated or illiterate, good manners will always take you through. End of quote.
Wow.
Rich or poor, educated or illiterate, good manners will always take you through. Now let's look at those comparisons, rich or poor. So etiquette is not for the rich and not a thing that the poor should not have. It's not about status. Because people have erroneously thought when we discuss the subject of etiquette, oh, it's for rich people. Oh, it's for high class people. No, etiquette is about you. So even according to Adelaide Johnson, if you're rich or you're poor, etiquette will take you through. If you're educated or illiterate, etiquette will take you through. Why? And I must quickly mention this. The new age degree by which people rate others in the society has moved away from the conventional degrees we learn, from the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, has moved away from the Masters of Art or Masters of Science, has moved away from the PhDs. There is what I call the new age 21st century degrees. These degrees are not the degrees you get from the Covenant University or Obafemi Awolowo University, great universities. Not a degree you get from Oxford University or Yale or Harvard. These new age degrees are what I call the ABCs of life success, leadership, and differentiation.
Wow.
So the question is, what are these degrees?
Exactly.
A stands for appearance, how you appear. Because there are 10 critical things people can tell when they see you. They can tell how educated you are, how civilized you are, how polite you are, how trustworthy you are, how dependable you are. B talks about behavior. How you behave, are you kind or you're cold? Are you arrogant or you're humble? C talks about communication, how you relate with people. And when you look at these ABCs, appearance, behavior, communication, They are the new age degrees by which people rate you.
Wow.
They decide who to do. So you can have all the degrees that is more than that on the thermometer. But if your appearance is wrong, you're repulsive instead of being appealing. If your behavior is wrong, even if you have all the masters, all the PhDs, you're repulsive instead of being attractive. And when you communicate very well, people find you intellectual. They find you intellectually stimulating, intellectually engaging, and they want to draw near to you. And when we look at these 3 degrees I mentioned, what I call the new age degrees, for success, differentiation, and leadership in our global world today, you will find out from the Carnegie Institute findings that these are the soft skills that I talked about.
Yes, absolutely.
How you dress is part of your personality. How you behave, your good manners, and how you communicate. Now let's move to the second benefit. We've talked about a cultured person. We always leave a trademark of excellence.
Yes.
Etiquette teaches you how to talk, how to walk, and how to behave in society. Because I talked about the new age degrees.
Yes. The ABCs.
The ABCs of life success, leadership, and differentiation. Let's imagine you are found in a social gathering or a corporate networking event. Nobody is going to ask for your degree, where you went to school, the level of education you have, but they're going to look at those new degrees for 21st century differentiation that I talked about, the ABCs of life success, leadership, and differentiation, where A talks about appearance, B talks about your behavior, and C talks about your communication.
Yes.
So you could have all the education, but if you don't have that, because that's what you'll be seen in the way you appear, in the way you behave, in the way you communicate. Furthermore, etiquette is essential for leaving an everlasting impression. Because beyond the corporate environment, it is first and foremost who you are before what you do. Yes, we've talked about the benefit as it relates to workplace, business place, social gatherings, but it's also important that when we're talking about the subject of behavior, you must be the person. So when you relate with your husband, you relate with your wife, how do you talk to your children? How do you relate to your staff, whether official or domestic staff? How do you engage with your friends, your colleagues? Because nobody wants to relate with a person who has bad behavior. So it goes beyond just the public life, it's also the private life, because what you do unconsciously when nobody is watching is what you do consciously when somebody is watching also. So etiquette is more of your habit. And that is why I love to redefine etiquette most times as etiquette is not a bunch of rules, but a way of life. So whether you're at home, you have good manners, you're at work, you show good manners, you are engaging in business with clients, you show good manners. Furthermore, etiquette also helps to build a sane society, a more productive society. If you behave very well, you treat your customers very well, your customers treat you very well, your subordinate treats you very well, your company where you work for, they don't owe you your salary. It's part of etiquette. Your country, the politician who canvassed for your vote, went ahead when he came in or she came in to make sure that they live up to the promises, etiquette,
that they made,
integrity that they made during their electioneering campaign. Then when these things are in place, when I don't resume to work and I don't use my paid time for my own personal business, I'm not on social media at work when I should be working for my boss or my organization, then we'll have a more productive people, we'll have a more productive country, and we have a more productive GDP, which is gross domestic product.
Yes.
Because I have said in several fora as a coach and a trainer, and I say to staff for different organizations and management of organizations, that one of the reasons why we have a low productivity is that we have different square pegs in round holes. People who are doing what they are not fulfilled in doing, the only motivation is the paycheck. So it conducts the way they behave, their manners. So their manners also affect their attitude. Their attitude affects their productivity.
Exactly.
And ultimately, when your productivity is low at your desk, it affects the bottom line of the organization. When the productivity of the organization is low, it affects that of the country.
Exactly.
And then we have
It's a chain reaction.
It's a chain reaction. So if everybody first and foremost finds themselves in the right place and behave well, then we have a sane society.
Wow.
These are endless and limitless benefits that etiquette can give to us
As a nation.
as a nation. And we have a nation, sadly, that we have a not too inspiring image globally. If we can begin to reorient ourselves, renew our minds, and renew our behavior, then we'll have a saner society and begin to project a better image globally. So these are the benefits that etiquette holds.
Thank
for
you
our
very much,
country.
sir. Let me quickly call, for the benefit of those who are watching or listening, our attention to the last statement you made, the last point you made, talking about etiquette, determines the way we behave.
Exactly.
Especially where you gave the example of behavior at home.
Yes.
Because many people have come to divorce success professionally from success in the home front, which it makes success incomplete. That's not the complete definition of success. If you are successful professionally in business world, you must be successful at home as well.
Absolutely.
And as far as we are talking about etiquette, which is the guidelines of proper behavior, I believe it should even begin more from home, because it's essentially who you are. It's essentially your fundamental habits that you have, the way you relate with your wife, your children. Well, in the different places where I've worked, where I've been privileged to, people have been privileged to relate with, I see it all too often that, more specifically, we men, the way we are successful out there in our workplaces, but at home is a different case entirely. And then again, when the last point you gave, helping us to create a more sane society, I think it's very important and it's very vital, because the way we relate with the next person, the way we relate with this, the person we work with, our co-workers, the way we treat our staffs. Some people who are, like you mentioned, that one of the things that affect productivity, in the nation is that we have people, different round pegs in square holes. Now, even when we find people who are perfectly suited where they are working, the fact that their salary is being owed to them, they are not even earning what they should be earning when compared with what they put in the workplace. I think etiquette, when we understand this thing better, even as employers of labor, it can help us to change. And one of the problems we want to solve through the highly effective Nigerian project is to raise a new generation of Nigerians who succeed with personal values and who have success that is rooted in character. And etiquette is just at the core of the way we behave, our character. And sir, the things you've said today, I just hope that it will cut across different sectors when we begin to air this, and we know a lot of people all over the country, they can learn, even Nigerians in diaspora outside the country, so they can learn from this. We all can benefit from these things you are sharing. And of course, it also goes into the next question that I'm about to ask, which is the relationship between etiquette and character in relation to personal and professional development.